Hey, good morning, family. Hope you're doing well today. If it's one thing that we've been learning over this last couple of months in studying Philippians, is that rejoicing is a choice we make every day, and joy is the result that God gives us when we choose to rejoice in Him. So no matter what your circumstances are today, I pray that you're learning to rejoice in Him. And if nothing else, Major League Baseball begins today, if that floats your boat. If not, football's around the corner. But regardless of sports, we're learning to walk in Him in new ways. You know, one of the things that we have said over and over again in following Jesus 5.0, in the 5 months now that we're into this pandemic, is we're learning to be dependent upon Jesus every day and not looking to the future. And yet we are kind of on hold in so many ways. And so we're looking at vacations, we're looking at weddings, we're looking at all kinds of events that we can plan for in the future. And now they're messing with Christmas. And you don't mess with Christmas. You know, they've already canceled Merriman on Main in Vacaville. And so we're beginning to wonder, oh no, what's Christmas going to be like in this present situation? So we're learning that we don't know, and it's hard to plan, and we're frustrated with that. And one of the lessons we've said over and over again that I believe that Lord is leading us into during this time is daily dependence on Him. His mercies are new every morning. And not to get ahead of ourselves too far, Jesus said, don't worry about tomorrow. Every day has enough trouble of its own to trust Jesus with. So in thinking about that whole idea of trusting Jesus a day at a time, I think He loves to be able to get us to that point as His church, to trust Him like that. We look at the life of David, which we've referred to many, many times in the last couple of years. You know, when God rejected Saul as king and anointed David as the new king, you'd think that he would enter into a leadership development program to be king soon after Saul would be gone. And so David, for a while, came into Saul's court and was serving him in many different ways, musically and helping him in whatever way he could. He was a faithful, great guy. And because of Saul's jealousy, he was going after David's life. So David was on the run, and the Bible doesn't tell us exactly the details of that, but most scholars believe that David was on the run from Saul for about 7 years. 7 years was God's leadership development plan for David. Every day, basically learning to survive with God's help, learning that God could be dependent upon for survival and God could be dependent upon for his daily needs. Some of the things that he shares, and I love scriptures that talk about God's provision for David and David's dependence. Psalm 86, I want to read a few verses from this for you. Verse 1, "Hear, O Lord, and answer me, for I am poor and needy. Guard my life, for I am devoted to you. You are my God. Save your servant who trusts in you. Have mercy on me, O Lord, for I call to you all day long. Bring joy to your servant, for to you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. You are forgiving and good, O Lord, abounding in love to all who call to you. Hear my prayer, O Lord, listen to my cry for mercy. In the day of my trouble, I will call to you, for you will answer me." Down in verse 11, "Teach me your way, O Lord, for I will walk in your truth. Give me an undivided heart, that I may fear your name. I will praise you, O Lord my God, with all my heart. I will glorify your name forever, for great is your love towards me. You have delivered me from the depths of the grave. The arrogant are attacking me, O God. A band of ruthless men seeks my life, men without regard for you. But you, O Lord, are a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness. Turn to me and have mercy on me. Grant your strength to your servant and save the son of your maidservant. Give me a sign of your goodness, that my enemies may say it and be put to shame. For you, O Lord, have helped me and comforted me." That's pretty much David's song every day for 7 years. God save me, God comfort me, God strengthen me. God prepared him to be a dynamic leader by his dependence upon him. And so during this time, when we get out of sorts about plans and about what's going to be taking place and what's the church going to do if the government says this or that, man, church, we've been learning as leaders, as staff and elders, that we trust the Lord a day at a time and a week at a time. And yes, we're thinking about the days ahead and what would happen if things remain the same or worse in the months ahead. But you know what? We're learning to trust God today and this week. And when that time comes, we believe that He'll guide us and lead us and provide for us. So church, just as a reminder again, don't freak out. Remember that the Lord can be depended upon to be your strength today. He's given you everything you need today to have joy in Him, to be fruitful in Him. So let's walk together with Him. Well, God bless you. Looking forward to seeing you all on Sunday, either by video or in live out back here. Take care.